Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Aztec Heritage Cooking Show. My name's Rino, and I'm going to teach you today how to make one of my favorite recipes. It's Aztec hot chocolate, which is going to be phenomenal. I'll show it right back to you after this commercial break. And welcome back to the Aztec Heritage Cooking Show. My name's Rino, and now let's get to our recipe. So what I'm going to be making for you today is Aztec hot chocolate, which was made back in the day. Aztec hot chocolate was made out of cocoa beans. Cocoa beans are believed to be given to Aztecs from one of their famous gods. So here's going to be our recipe. It's going to be two ounces of unsweetened chocolate, 1.5 tablespoons, a quarter a tablespoon of vanilla, presented by Curland, 2 cups of milk, presented by Curland, and Domino sugar. We're going to have, really the recipe says 2 tablespoons of sugar, but I like to put 6 tablespoons of sugar because it just makes it taste a lot better. So let's start. So first, let's start off with our chocolate. Let's put the chocolate in first, and then once we put the chocolate in, what we're going to do is, then we're going to turn on our stove on. We have to put our stove on medium heat. So what I'm going to be using is, I'm going to be using this whisk to make our hot chocolate today. And here we go. So ready? Let's crank this thing up to 5. That's about 5. Okay, so first let's whisk this chocolate around right now. As I said, cocoa beans were grown in Aztec gardens, and what they would do is this: they believed that it was that it was given to them by one of their famous female gods. So now let's leave that for a second, and let's go to our next thing. So let's take a look at my recipe. I do this recipe all the time. I love it. It's my favorite on a cold Saturday morning. But I just never remember it, so I have to look at my paper. Let's take a look. We just did our 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. Now let's take a look at, let's do 2 tablespoons of sugar. As I told you, what I like to do is I just like to put it in half a cup. A quarter of a cup, excuse me. Just makes it taste better. Ooh, look at that. That's stunning. Let's stir that around a little bit. Now let's put in the milk. So we're going to have 2 cups of milk. This milk is presented by Curland. Ooh, look at that. That looks beautiful. And when you make this recipe, you have an option. But if you need more sugar, always put in more sugar if you could. Now I'm going to put in the next cup of milk. Ooh, look at that. Wait till I whisk that. And now we're going to have a quarter of a tablespoon of vanilla. Vanilla is also sponsored by Kirkland. Vanilla smells so good. I love vanilla. And again, you could also double up your vanilla just for taste. So now you're going to whisk it around. As you're whisking it around, it's going to take about, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. So how did I discover this recipe? So for a very long time, I just researched Aztecs, everything Aztecs. And I really was interested in everything that they did. So there was one time, you know, in my family, I always eat Italian food. So I thought, why don't I try something different? So when I thought I would try something different, I said, hey, what if I tried a different type of Spanish food? And you know, when you think of Spanish food, you think of like enchiladas, tacos. But I thought, hey, why don't I try Aztec? So then I researched everything, and then I found the recipe. I found this recipe because every Saturday or Sunday morning on a cold winter day, I usually like go outside and play in the morning. After I go outside and play in the morning, I always want to come in and my grandma makes me hot chocolate. It got old after a while with the regular things of hot chocolate. So I thought, why not try something different? So my grandma and I discovered this recipe, and it is delicious. Right now, it's like a type of Oreo-ish type of color. Oreo. It kind of looks like an Oreo type of color. But by the end of this, it's going to look really brown. That chocolate's having a rough time spinning around. And we'll be right back after this commercial break with the real hot chocolate. Oh, I didn't see you there. Hey, and welcome back to the Aztec Heritage Cooking Show. So during the break, I've been still working on this hot chocolate. It is very close to done. As you see, it has like that brownish color with all those bubbles. By the end of this, it's gonna look perfect. It's gonna look very brown, and it's gonna start to boil. You want to find out this recipe yourself? Go to my website at AztecHeritageCookingShow.com to find all the recipes I do on this show. As you can see, during the break, we were able to get all the chocolate off the sides. Seems like we are almost there. The bubbles are making a big problem for us right now. Let's see. And I forgot. I apologize. But our unsweetened chocolate is sponsored by Bakers since 1780. Giving baking hot unsweetened chocolate. Bakers. And as you see, it's starting to boil, which means that we are very close to done. It'll be about a minute until we're done. That brownish color means that you're close, but not so much finished. So normally when I make this recipe, you have to pour it as quick as possible, because most of the time, after about, let's say, 20 to 25 minutes, what's going to happen is it's going to turn into a mold chocolate. So also, if you would like to make like a chocolate mold, this is also a very good hot chocolate to make. As you see, what we're trying to do is we're trying to let it steam right now, as we're not going so hard. And now I'm going to let it boil for a second. See that color right there? All those little brown spots means that it's finally boiling, and we're very close to done. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that stunning? That's Aztec beauty. And as you see the new bubbles forming, those are almost done bubbles, and the bubbles that we had before are not done bubbles. Excuse me, and it looks like we're done. So what now I'm going to do is, I'm going to shut off the stove. So now we're going to let it boil for a second, and I'm going to get the cups, and we're going to get ready. So now here's what we're going to do. What we're going to be doing is this. I'm gonna taste it, and we're gonna see how it tastes. If we need to add anything, we're gonna add anything. Then after that, I'm gonna have a special guest here who's going to be trying our brand new hot chocolate against regular hot chocolate in the packet, and he's going to decide which one's better in a blind taste test. So are you guys ready to see which one's better? Are you guys ready to see? So here we go. I'm gonna try out this hot chocolate. I normally put milk in it just so it could cool off better. And I like to get it done quick. So let's sizzle a little milk in there. Presented by Kirkland. Stir it around a little bit. that chocolatey flavor. It's so perfect. It's great. I'm telling you. I can't wait for our guest to try it. After this commercial break, we're going to have our guest going to have a blind taste test. This is going to tell you which one is better. Packet chocolate against Aztec hot chocolate. So we'll be right back after these messages. And welcome back to the Aztec Heritage Cooking Show. I'm Rino Monteforte. So as I said, now we're going to have our blind taste test with one of our guests. So now before he comes in, let me just tell you. So we're going to have our WWE cup with a couple of WWE superstars on it in honor of WrestleMania, which was on Sunday. This is our hot chocolate. In the Hello Kitty cup is the competitor's hot chocolate, which is going to be packet hot chocolate, which is disgusting compared to Aztec hot chocolate. So now we're going to have our guest come on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Benito Monteforte, our guest taster. How you doing, Benny?
I'm doing great, Reno.
So so here's what we're gonna have you do. We're gonna have you drink each one of these hot chocolates. I'm gonna ask you which one's better. So this is the Hello Kitty cup.
That one's not that bad.
He said it's not that bad. Let's see what it says about the WWE cup. Did you see that, folks? He gugged the whole thing like a true Irishman.
This one was delicious.
Which one do you like better?
The one that I said was delicious.
You heard him. He likes our hot chocolate better than the competitor's hot chocolate. What can I tell you, folks? Go to www.aztechheritageCookingShow.com to find this recipe and make it on your cold Saturday and Sunday winter mornings. I'm Rino Monteforte, and from the Aztec Heritage Cooking Show and all of our crew here, thanks for watching. Have a good day.